What's up, makers? It's Isaac. I'm back in Eliason Whip Company shop, and this is gonna be the last video in here. So my wife and I, we are getting a house, and we're gonna be moving out of the apartment here, and about 5 blocks one direction from here. And so I'll be setting up a new shop there, but for the meantime, this will be the last video in the shop, so I wanted to give you guys a quick tour. So behind me you can see the whip wall that we did, I think last video or a couple videos ago or something like that, when we took all the whips off the one display wall and put them over here, so we have a much bigger display wall. These are my personal whips that I take out cracking. I got whips that I store for sale up here, and just makes a cool backdrop for some videos and stuff like that. We'll swing the camera around that way and show you guys the desks now. So moving up the back wall over there, we have the workbench. This is a table I found off of, or actually my wife found it off Facebook Marketplace, and we went and picked it up one day. I got got some whips I'm going to be taking to the LA WhipCon this weekend. I'm not quite sure when this video will be up, but it will be before the video for the LA WhipCon if I end up making one. Got my vise, got a little extra light here to help me see like when I'm doing patterns and stuff like that. This apartment was built in like the 70s or 80s, so there's no recessed light, so I'm basically using studio lights and that I found off Amazon and some other things. My computer, just some random stuff. My wife and I, my first made leather whip. I'll be showing some cool pictures of this in a minute. And then I got a few clamps on here. I got one back here just to hold just a random whip if I need it off the desk, if I need to get to the computer. We'll rotate the camera here a little bit and zoom in. And then down over here I got another vise that holds my bag of tools. You guys have seen this in other videos. This is just why I keep all my whip making stuff in if I need to go anywhere or anything like that. It's all packed up, and then this is the vise that goes into the bag. My main braiding vise is the old Harbor Freight one that you can get for like 20 bucks. If you saw my Instagram posts, I actually broke my original, so this is the replacement for it here. And go to Harbor Freight and grab an extra one, because they're actually going on clearance and they're going to be discontinuing these awesome vices, so go grab one. And then back here I got another little vise that's holding a big bull whip that I think it was like the second or third whip I made ever, and it's a beast. But and then back here I keep my big yardstick for doing leather work too, for cutting long strips of leather and stuff like that. My big chair that my wife sits in when she's hanging out with me in the shop. Well, so we got that here. Alright, so above me we have a Indiana Jones poster, and then as you can see coiled around it and then running that way is my 45-foot whip that comes out for every once in a while. Give you guys a quick zoom in here. There's my Raiders. This is a custom poster this is a custom poster I got at one of the California Jones events. It was just there's a gentleman selling them, and I was like, that's really cool. It's got bits and pieces from all so far 4 movies on here. Cool boomerang I found at a thrift or antique shop. It's good old Australian boomerang. Yeah, actually, there it goes. Australia. Really sweet piece. And above that is the certificate for my Raiders jacket. And then you can see the whip coiled. If we look up over here, you can see the rest of the whip. And so the whip goes across. The far whip over there on the let's see, it'd be your left-hand side, is actually the first whip I made, and then you got the third whip I made, and then the big black bull whip that was hanging on the vise fell down, but it was sitting right up there. I'm not gonna put it back, didn't plan on putting it back up, because I'm moving. And then again, we got the desk, the computer, my Indy hat, and then the paracord station. I can't wait to show you guys this one. It's really cool. So we're gonna reposition the camera and I'll show you a little bit closer at it. So this is my giant paracord spooling device thing that I kind of came up with. I wanted something that I could just pull and I could get the paracord off of and really easily spool it back up. So this will hold, each one of these racks will hold 4,000-foot spools, or quite a few little 300-footers. I think you can see a few back in there. Yeah, back over here. And then I got some whipmaker cord spools on the bottom. On top, I have a piece that holds the 5,000-foot spool when it gets small enough, because the weight really pulls down on this. It's not a light spool, but because those 5,000-foot spools are huge. But that's where all my black goes. Got my sinker cord back here. Again, some whipmaker's cord farther in the back, because I don't make whipmaker's whips all that much because they just take forever, mainly making 550 stuff. Oh, and then show you how these work. So, so they are locked on this side, and on this side, I had a T and cut out the top section of it on the one that shoots out, so I can just crack this up. I can take the spools off, put them on, and then snap them back in. And all these are on about a 2-inch stagger. So the original plan for this thing was to make it all the way down to the floor and then have the spools run into the center, down to a pulley, and over to the desk, so I could just pull it and it would come through. But I ended up running a couple eye hooks down onto the desk, so I can we'll use a brighter spool here so you guys can see it. So you can take the cord, run it here, and then pull as you need, and it's right by the desk, so I don't have to come over to this thing every time I need it. I can say, okay, I'm working with these 2 colors, run them into the desk, and braid everything from there. Since we're kind of working down, we'll lower the camera just a little bit more here. Below, I got just some storage for crackers, leather goods, odds and ends, extra tools, leather working stuff, cards, and some anything like extra consumable that I'll need. This, see if that'll come up on camera there. Yeah, there's one of my little heel caps. And if you guys want to see, here's the punch for it. Let's see if that'll focus here. Don't mind the whip making bruises. There it is. Oh yeah, that, and then next to this is all of my scrap. Let's see, one last little thing. So we'll spin the camera back to the other side. All right, last few things here. So you got the Indiana Jones poster. Also got some other storage back, just stuff laying in there. Got the old Target stand. Just made new ones. If you didn't see those posts, follow the Instagram. And my rapier and bullock whip. So there's the rapier. Because, you know, whips are technically swords, right? Swords, the flexible swords. And then my backdrop behind me, if I need a backdrop, I have a couple extra ones to this. So I have a black, I have a green for a green screen, and then I also have a white if I want something really nice and pretty. And then my clock. It's my little steampunk clock. Still futzing with it, but it's fun to have it in the shop. Nice piece of mechanical stuff with some gears and stuff like that, because that's just cool. But that is the that's the shop tour. Nothing much, nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. I'm very blessed to have this space, and we'll see you guys hopefully at the Los Angeles WhipCon, and if not, we'll see you in the next video. See ya.